Hello there and welcome. It is a Stampin' Sunday blog hop again, and the theme this month is this with that. That's it. So the idea is that I'm going to be using a new product with one that's been around for a little while. So I'm not only going to be using watercolour shapes, but also I'm going to be using the fabulous little daisy punch, which has remained in the annual catalogue, which I am so pleased about, I have to say. So first of all, just a brief little look at this gorgeous new stamp set that's going to be available in July. So not long to wait now. It's called Perched in a Tree, and we have this gorgeous fat little robin sitting on a branch, if you so wish. Two fabulous bits of kind of grungy dottage and texture, and then some really beautifully designed sentiments here with a really beautiful sort of hand script words, as well as just that kind of almost like typewriter but not quite typeset. Then there is a load of dies to go with it, the aspen trees dies, and you have a die that cuts out the bird. You have two leaves, a kind of bit of, again, texture. It could be anything you want, really. I'll show you those in clear in a minute. And then also this beautiful die that cuts out this shape here. So I'm going to be doing a couple of projects for you. I've already cut out a few little bits and pieces ready to kind of like put together. I'm filming this quite late on Saturday night, and yeah, so forgive me if I might sound a little bit tired, and if my words start to wander away from me. Okay, so my plan is to stick this panel onto here, but before I do that, I want to decorate the background of this a little bit with some colour and possibly some of those texture stamps. So here we have, oh, I haven't even used them yet. This is how brand new they are to me. I'm just going to pop them out. I was going to use some of this petal pink because I have got some petal pink here. I've also got that gorgeous little circle. I mean, it's not gorgeous, it's just a circle, sorry. That circle there, because I'm planning to stamp a white moon in the background. That's my idea. So I'm going to first of all just apply some of this petal pink to my card base to create a bit of a more interesting kind of background behind the trees, so it actually shows up a little bit better. And then I'm wondering whether to actually stamp, I've got grey granite here, some kind of texture as well, just around the base of where the trees would be. So I managed to break my thumbnail today, and it's really annoying losing my thumbnail because I use it for so many different things. Okay, so I'm just gonna do some kind of grungy stamping and bring this back. Oh, that looks nice. Ooh, sorry, I don't know why I'm surprised. You know, Stampin' Up products are so lovely. Okay, yeah, that's looking good. I like it. I'll just add a little bit more to the sides there. Build that up a little bit more. So yeah, okay. I might just add a little bit more peach, petal pink rather. I always call it peach because it is a peachy colour. Just draw it down also into this area here, blend it in a little bit. So I'm using the Stampin' Up blending brush there. I find it's really nice. Okay, I'm not too worried actually about completely filling this in because I've actually cut out some elements that are going to be stuck onto this card in a second. But I am wondering whether just to put a little bit of dottage, or shall I leave that for another card? No, you know what? I'm going to leave that for another card. So the next thing I would need to do is get out my craft white ink and really ink up my wee stamp here. So this is one of the things that I always recommend that you do when you use the craft white ink, is that you tap multiple times to make sure that your stamp is properly loaded. Now I want this to show through, so I'm thinking I'm going to stamp it about there. So I'm just going to hold that to make sure that that really transfers well. Yep, that's nice. I've got that lovely moon just shining through there. And oh, now I'm wondering if it would be fun just to stamp some of this lovely white dottage into the background there. Let's see what that looks like. Oh yes, that looks really pretty. Okay, one more there. Ah, lovely. Okay, so oops. So what I've already done is I've cut out a couple of leaves in Sahara Sand from that die set. So this is cut out with crumb cake. And what I'm going to do is actually stick some dimensionals onto here now. So let's just do some fast forwarding. So I've stuck dimensionals onto that panel there, and I did use the smaller ones because I wanted to put some dimensionals just under some sections of the tree to make sure that they don't kind of collapse. And then I also use the side ones just to go around the corners. Right, so now for the decorations. I've got this lovely big leaf here, and I would like to maybe stick that at the base. And then I've also pre-cut out some daisies using the daisy punch, and I want to do like a little collection here in the foreground. And now when you cut out this aspen tree die, keep some of the pieces that fall out, because I think they make really nice kind of like textures to just pop underneath different areas, and they're a bit like just like twigs really. Yeah, I just think, you know, why waste those pieces? So I'm going to stick these all down. Oh, I forgot this panel here. Yeah, this is this other kind of like weird grungy thing, and it's got some little bits that need poking out from it, but it just creates a bit of texture. And yeah, it's kind of like one of those, you do what you want with it really. It will be whatever you want it to be. So I think I was going to pop that there, but I think I might put some colour on it first before I do that. So let me grab my brush and crumb cake just to make that a little bit darker before sticking it down. Just put a little bit of colour on there so it contrasts a little bit with the leaves there. Okay, right, magic again. So here are all the elements stuck together, and I just think some little gems in the middle of that flower would finish it off beautifully. So I have the Elegant Faceted Gems, which is a carryover from last year's annual catalogue into this one, which I'm really pleased about actually, because they are some really, really pretty gems. And I'm just going to stick 3 of the large ones, the sort of what I've got, the sort of like peachy colour ones in the middle section. I'm just going to stick 3 there in the middle of that flower, and that is it then for this card. And I may just stamp that lovely one of those lovely sentiments in the middle of that one. Okay, so the second card that I want to do is going to be just using some I could go for just some plain crumb cake cardstock to start off with, and I want to stamp just some texture into the background. So I'm going to use the craft white ink again, and actually no, I'm going to do some texture first. So I've got crumb cake here, and using the kind of that main texture, the thicker texture, I'm just going to pop some in the center there of my cardstock. Then I'm going to add the white dots around the place. And they look so pretty and ethereal. This is a really lovely dottage stamp. Really like it. And then I thought, wouldn't it be nice to add the, oh no, where have I put it? The branch, this one here, coming out the centre. And then I'm going to stick some flowers over the top. Now let me just see which block I need. Oh, I think I get away with that one. That's handy. So I think crumb cake is probably a little bit too light for it to show up. So I'm going to use soft suede instead. And what I'm going to be doing is sticking some flowers in the centre like so. So actually I probably don't need all of that inking up. I'm just going to clean off that bit there. And I just want this to sort of stick out like so. Maybe a couple at the base like that. And then for some added texture, I'm just quickly going to clean off my dottage stamp that I just used and then do some additional darker dottage there in the middle. And I'm going to be sticking my flowers in there, and I'm wondering whether it would benefit from a couple of those little leaves that are in this lovely tree set. So I'm going to cut those out and then come back. So I've cut out 3 of those leaves, and I'm using a new pair of tweezers that actually comes in the July to December mini catalogue, just to hold these while I put a little bit of texture into those leaves by folding them in half. And what's nice about these tweezers is that they have got this sort of like curved section, and these tweezers, they work by squeezing them to open them, and then when you let go they automatically hold on to whatever it is that you're wanting to hold on to. So the tweezers come in a set with an embossing kind of tray, which isn't with me right now because I took it into the house to wash and I haven't brought it back in again. Okay, so let's just get these stuck down, and I'm deliberately going to just put a dimensional on 1/2 of the leaf because I want it to sit up a little bit and leave a nice bit of dimension. And I'm going to just stick the 3 on like so. And then again, I want some added texture to these. I'm just going to see if I can do that with these tweezers. I've not used these before very much, so I'm still experimenting to see what can be done with them. And yeah, it's quite easy just to kind of give them a little bit of a twist, just to curl them over. I'm not sure how effective. Oh yeah, no, it's okay. There we go. You've seen it here first, guys, me playing with the new tweezers. So yeah, it just puts a little bit of texture in there. I also wanted to find out if they could be used if you just grab a bit of the edge of the petal. Oh no. Maybe not. Maybe not. Oh no. No, they're not as good as, so I use just bog standard pointy nosed ones, and I think sometimes just that, yeah, see that they're much easier because they're straighter. So if you want to do that kind of a little what's the word I want, fold into the, yeah, anyway, let me know which you prefer. Do you prefer them curled over, or do you prefer them twisted? I don't know. Sorry, do you prefer them curled over or folded? Oh dear. So you can tell it's late at night. You can tell that I really should go to bed. Anyway, I'll do these and come back. So there we go. Those are the 2 flowers stuck on, and I've grabbed out the opal rounds. Yes, opal rounds to pop in the centre of my wee little... Oh, actually, why am I using those? I should try these out. Let's see how good these are for... Nope. No, those are for just a whole different type of technique, I think. I'll start again. Oh dear. Right, there we go. I just want these in the centre. Oh, they're just misbehaving. Okay, so just fingers will have to do. But fingers without nails is really hard. Ah! Right, there we go. Now, I've looked at this and I would like to actually put a little bit of darker brown around the edges. So what I'm going to do is get my little dotty stamp here and stamp some dots around the edge. I'm just inking and stamping and doing second and third generation stamping all the way around my crumb cake layer here, just to make that look a little bit darker. And then I'm going to grab that other texture and just go down the edge and add a little bit more. And by doing this bit by bit, actually I should just ink it up on the side because that's all I'm using, it's just creating a really lovely soft edge. Oh dear, I'm adding bits of paper to my ink pad. I didn't mean to do that. Right, I'll sort that out later. And then let's grab a nice card base then to stick this onto. And I was going to do a brown, but I think I'm just going to grab this pink. This is the petal pink, and have that as my card base, and grab some smaller little gems just to scatter around the place. So here I have these iridescent gems, which I think would be quite nice just to have them scattered around. Put on there. Right, so all that I need to do is just glue this piece onto here. And so to you, please do go and have a look at my blog post, of which the link will be in the description below. And when you go to the blog post, you will also be able to check out all the other hoppers in this Stamping Sunday blog hop, 4th Sunday of the month. That's the team I'm involved in, and there's lots of demos from around the world taking part. And yeah, super great fun. Right, there we go. Those are my 2 cards. I hope you've enjoyed some of the techniques that I've shared there, and hopefully shown how you can really kind of push these dies. And I just want to highlight how beautiful. Look at the embossing on that leaf. Isn't that pretty? Absolutely love that. So there we go. Those are my 2 cards. Have a great day, everybody, and see you soon. Lots of love for now. Bye.